Hey, everybody, welcome to Surveys and Polls and now Fantasy Disc Golf.
Oh.
And other things.
So we don't have any surveys or polls because we're recording this on Monday. If you listen to episode 210 of Disc Golf Answerman, you know that Anthony, Robert, and I are traveling to Waco for the WACO Annual Charity Open.
The Waco kid.
And Eric is traveling to Iowa to design a course. So while you're listening to this, either... let's see, if you're listening to this, it's going to be, so Robert is playing, I'm filming, Anthony is Snapchatting, and Eric is designing. Is that a fair assessment?
Cool.
Tight.
So, but what we're going to do is we're going to real quickly go over our
Go.
Talking is hard.
We went over our results last time, but we're going to talk about our picks for the WACO Annual Charity Open, because this is a Disc Golf Pro Tour event presented by Dynamic Discs. Ryan Draper is the tournament director who is on Team Dynamic Discs. Good job putting that together, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a cool, I remember from last year, really cool block party out on the bridge. It's going to be good times.
Do they call it a block party?
They actually call it a
Bridge party.
Bridge party.
The swinging bridge, right? Or the
I'm looking at it right now.
It's a pretty sweet bridge.
Suspension bridge.
suspension. That's the one.
Party on the suspension bridge. So going to be good times.
It is a good one.
They have another thing called Afterglow Festival Party. I'm curious what that is.
I saw it when I signed up. They have a glow doubles thing that they do from like 8 to 10 or something. They provide you a disc. That's the one that you play with.
No.
So I should have signed us up, but I didn't.
Seems right.
Fail. So we have some top level players that are going to be playing in the WACO Annual Charity. Skipbase.com. Use the code DGAM and get signed up. What did I do?
WACO and Charity Annual Charities Open.
I used all the words. It's because I'm trying to type and talk. So go to skipbase.com, use the code DGAM, get signed up, and we're going to make our picks. So, Eric.
Yes.
How did we do that? How did we decide to do this?
Last time we didn't do our actual skip base picks. We said
who's going to do well.
Yeah, we say one of the top two, if you want to go that way, because as we've started off this year, neither of Ricky or Paul have won yet.
Neither one of them have even won a tournament.
Oh man, they're washed.
I don't know if that's true.
And then somebody outside of those two, but still in the top tier of players who we think that will do well. And then kind of like a dark horse, not a dark horse, but somebody.
We basically just say like 3 or 4 people that we think are going to do well.
Yeah, that's good.
Not necessarily our picks, but.
Yeah. These may not be who we put on Skip Base.
Yes.
And we may not have the budget to do it with a salary cap.
So that's a fact.
We'll see.
I have been driving the struggle bus in fantasy this year.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Simon Lizotte comes off of a really good win at the Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
How did he do at did he play the Vegas Challenge? I can't remember.
He played the Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas.
Did he get?
I thought he got second.
Yeah, or somewhere in there.
Let me click on his name real quick and see.
Let's find out
how he did at the Vegas Challenge. He got 5th.
Oh,
okay.
Same thing.
But then Eagle got.
It was
second.
an upside down backwards 2.
Yes, that's right. Eagle got second at Memorial.
That's what it was.
Yes. So
Eagle went 1-2.
Last year,
and he's not playing this.
Last year, Simon got 3rd and Eagle got 12th. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that their good streak is going to continue?
I don't think Eagle's going to play very well in Waco.
No,
I guarantee you he will not play well down there.
Why do you think?
Because he's not signed up.
Oh, I'm looking at last year's. My bad.
You know how you know that you're looking at last year's? It has results by it already.
Right. I was looking at names.
They are in order.
They've got numbers next to them and dollar signs.
Well, why isn't he signed up? I wonder.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
because he got 12th last year.
Yeah,
maybe.
And not that 12th is anything to shake a stick at.
Any tournament you finish outside the top 10, I'm never coming back to this.
Never.
So Simon, how do you? He's signed up. I'm looking.
Yes, Simon is signed up.
And Simon's played well here.
He has. I think he can kind of keep the ball rolling, so to speak. I mean, he's played pretty well this year. He had a good offseason practice routine. And Waco, the front 9 really plays well to his game, but I don't necessarily know that the back 9 does. It's a little tighter, longer through the woods, more placement style shots. There's a few holes that getting aggressive could help, but there's a lot of holes that getting aggressive will hurt.
Super
potentially
jail.
will hurt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. My guy that I think is going to do well, one of them is James Conrad.
Yep.
I know I think he lost in a playoff last year to Big Germ, and he's been playing some solid golf this year as well, with the exception of the back nine at the Memorial. He just couldn't. He had a great round going, and then everything just kind of went downhill from there, unfortunately. But I think you're going to see him rebound and play pretty well down in Waco.
Yep. I'll take Bradley Williams for who I think will play well at the Beast. He's done it before. I've played a tournament with Bradley at the Beast when it was in most of its current layout, but not its full current layout. Mm-hmm. Since it has been updated to be how it is, he won. I want to say he won Texas States when it was there, or whatever A tier was there.
WACO Charity Open used to be an A tier back down there too. So.
It might have been that, but I don't remember what it was, to tell you the truth. I remember that he won a pretty solid tournament, just making it look easy.
Not surprising.
Bradley thrives in both types of golf that this course has, which is more open, longer shots. He can do that very well. And then just shredding in the woods. He plays tight wooded golf very, very well, as evidenced by Piney Woods last year, coming from third card to win, shooting a 51 at Dogwood.
Pretty
which,
good.
Once again, is ridiculous. It's not even a number that you joke about when
that's
you go
not. That's not ridiculous. That's stupid.
That's silly business.
It's not ridiculous or stupid. That's just dumb.
That's obtuse.
That's obtuse.
So yeah, I'll pick Bradley for a good finish here.
Good.
I'd love to see him win, but I think he'll definitely be top 8, top 10 for sure.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even better.
Bobby, who you got?
I'm looking at last year's results, and I know that Jeremy Colling, didn't they go in a playoff with Colling?
They did, yeah.
They went in a playoff.
If you rewind about 3 to 4 minutes, you will find that answer.
All right, I'll do that. But and I hate to be mean, but I cannot put Colling to win or place very high again. I don't know why.
He hasn't been playing super hot this year. But the course does kind of play to his advantage as well.
Yeah, I just don't.
It's a good forehand course.
I don't see it. What I really see happening, I'm going to go big, and then it probably doesn't feel like a big stretch, but I really think that Wysocki's going to do whatever he needs to do to adjust, and this is going to be his chance to tell everybody, that I'm not washed out. Now, you guys, internet keeps saying that I'm washed out, and I'm not going to play well again or something like that, and I think he's going to do well. Do I think he's going to win a first place?
I'll take Ricky to win.
I think top 2. He'll get second or first.
All right.
Who's your other in the top 2?
My other in the top 2? I'm liking James Conrad, just for the reasons that Eric mentioned.
Yeah.
I remember watching him last year. He's just so smooth.
He is.
So I'm going to have to go with Wysocki and Conrad top 2.
It's so tough anymore because, I mean, looking at the top 5 highest rated players here. Sexton, I mean,
yeah, he wasn't there last year.
Yeah,
and he can
make a difference.
Oh,
his
could play
forehand game is just gonna kill these courses. I feel.
Yep. And there's one or two. Actually, I guess it's just really one hole, but that a big roller plays to your benefit. And Sexton throws a great roller.
Which hole's that?
It's on the front.
I need an exact number.
They reorder for the tournament, so
distance.
It's different. But I think it's hole 4 on the regular course.
What about hole 1 too?
Yeah, hole 1 could be good too. Definitely. So yeah, I'll say my 2 who I think will do well. Maybe not win, but definitely could win. That'll be Bradley and Nate Sexton.
2 good choices. 2 solid choices actually.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of going on like Conrad or Bradley Williams as well. I'm kind of on that same page as you are. Kind of I wouldn't say dark horse, but somebody who doesn't play a whole lot that I think could finish pretty well. And I say it's hard to pick a player who's 10-24 rated to be a dark horse.
This is a person I was going to say too.
But he has played well at this course numerous times in the past. Last year, I think he may have even been on lead card or second chase card maybe. I know he was up there toward the top, but talking about Miles Seaborn, who is from the Dallas area, Fort Worth area, but now lives in Louisiana. Solid player. He always tends to play well on these courses that he has got that nice hyzer. He likes to overstable plastic and just mashing on them and truly committing the lines. And if you're committing the lines and hitting those lines, you're going to do well.
Yeah, and Miles throws distance drivers about as well as most everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, when we went and played country club together, I was just getting back into throwing farther because of knee surgery. And I was just watching Miles say, well, you just do this with this disc. And I was like, okay, but how often can you really do that?
Right.
And for Miles, the answer is every time.
Every day.
Man, he just really hits angles and lines well with distance drivers.
Yeah.
And that is a huge benefit on that front nine for sure.
Yes.
My dark horse, I think that this person didn't place very well last year, but his rating has improved. He seems to be on a positive note, doing really well, and I really like to see him do well, is Eric Oakley.
Yeah.
The only thing that troubles me a little bit is that with his game is, I think on the big open holes, he'll do good, and I know Eric listens to the show, so I love you, buddy, but in the technical shots, when you make mistakes, I can see it affect you. And I know you're working on that, but I'm thinking when he gets into the beast part of it, if he makes any mistakes, I don't know.
Sure. And if you do make mistakes back there, it's easy for those not to just rattle you physically, or mentally. But I mean, I'm telling you, dude, the numbers you can take are crazy. Like you can get in trouble back there really, really quickly. Definitely, again, not a dark horse player, but somebody who is just kind of up and coming and always getting better. I mean, he's on our team, is Peter McBride. Peter is smooth as can be, and he hits lines very, very well. And he's just a really solid player. And someone who has that kind of even keel temperament will play well at these places, at this course, because there are so many things that can go wrong. And if they do, how you respond to them, I think kind of tells the story of your week. He should do really well at that. So I like Pete for kind of a dark horse, but I mean, it's hard to call any of these guys dark horses because they all have the tools.
Right. Hey, Peterman.
Yeah. But I mean, down to like, there's a crap ton of people who could shoot really well on this course.
Yeah.
It just who's going to show up and take the hits like a champ, you know?
You know who's a good pick for this tournament?
What?
Robert McCall.
Hey.
Only because his rating is so god awful. I mean, you get to pick a couple higher rated players. Obviously,
Totally
I'm kidding,
fair,
but
yeah.
Robert has been playing some great golf.
I'd call myself a good value pick for this week.
And he's putting on some really like just top notch baskets this weekend.
Ooh.
And I just see
ones
that
I putt on all the time,
building his confidence up even more. So I could see Robert playing well. I think he'd be a good pick.
You talked about playing Waco before. How long ago was it?
it's been a bit. I've seen.
Is the course completely different, or
No, there
it'll be the same
there
course?
are a few holes. There are probably 4 to 5 that are different than ones I've seen.
Yeah.
I've played those fairways, but to different baskets, things like that.
And OB's a little different.
But it was still. It was
But
still
for the most part, yeah,
it was still
nine
the
open.
beast, and
Yeah.
then, okay, okay. And how well did you play?
I've won a tournament out there. Let me think. This would have been a little while ago.
Okay.
And I
AM3.
Yeah, it was. No, come on. I went back through that because Shay and I were talking about this earlier. I played a few tournaments in advanced and then moved up to open and won one advanced tournament that year and one open tournament. And since then, I've won a tournament each year that I've played tournaments.
Nice.
So that was cool.
So you're saying your pick might be good to get some.
I think I'll be a good. And this is hard. This is the hardest part about all of it, is because we're going to talk about this, then people listen to it, and then I have to go out there and know that people were listening to it. You know, yeah, okay.
Hashtag thou the rated no mo.
I think I'm like one of the right now like 12 seeds in the tournament who in the NCAA tournament who you could take a flyer on for a couple rounds and say, hey, if this works out, I'm gonna gain some points on some people. In a salary thing like this, that would allow you to pick probably 3 top rated guys and then probably the top 2 women as well, I think. Because
it'll be close.
It'd be somewhere around there, but I mean, I'm rated 992. Mentally, I think I'm playing at a higher level than that. So
speaking of the women's play, or women, Paige Pierce last year, I remember being pretty nervous.
Yeah.
The beast really challenged her. It seemed like quite a few holes, hitting a lot of trees and stuff like that. But she obviously ended up winning it by how many strokes? By 3?
I think that's right.
Over who?
Sarah Hokum.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Sarah. That's who she was battling with the whole time.
Yes. Are we thinking Paige is a good pick.
I'm always thinking Paige until she doesn't win.
Same. That's how I felt about Ricky at the beginning of the year. I'm starting to get to where maybe he's not an automatic pick every single time, but I do think Ricky is going to win this tournament. I do. But when it comes to Paige, I'm picking Paige until she gets injured or something.
So who do you think? Do you think Lisa Ficus?
Paige actually won by 7.
Seven. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Lisa on courses like these. She's got a pretty good forehand. And she's a fantastic putter, as we've noted.
And she just won an A tier in California this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And then, tied for second at the Memorial, too.
Mm-hmm.
Making some huge putts. Did you see the video of her putting on 18 toward the water?
Yep.
No fear.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I like Lisa for more of a value pick. Say if you pick 4 higher rated guys on the other side, it's good to have Lisa right there, even though, she's the 5th highest rated woman at the event. Because of the salary system, you could leave a couple of higher rated ladies on the table and pick her as a value pick and get some higher rated guys. Paige and Lisa will likely be my picks, I think.
Two
probably
picks.
so.
I mean, it's hard not to pick those two out there. I mean, Holcomb could play pretty well there with the Woods.
She's a great pick for this too.
It's tough to say.
She just shapes shots really, really well.
No, she has great forehand. Yep. So
Holcomb, and the Beast. I remember watching some. Yeah, she was creating lines that people just didn't understand. It was really nice.
I wonder if we'll see. So there, like we said, there are a lot of holes out there that favor a forehand or favor something that can finish to the right. I wonder if we'll see any lefties play well out there. How do we finish up last year?
We still let lefties play?
No, they have to throw righty when they come to the course.
Chris Clemens could do well out there.
Yep. Zach Melton will not be there, so he will not do well.
He's not going to do well there at all. Do well.
He's playing the Virginia Team Invitational.
I mean, I almost consider Sexton a lefty.
For sure.
For the most part. I mean, I realize he has a solid backhand as well, but his dominant shot is a forehand.
Yep.
Unless he's throwing a backhand roller.
Yeah. So I'd say if I had to pick a men's top 3 right now or top 4, it'd be Ricky, Sexton, Bradley, and this
yourself.
Is hard.
You have to pick yourself.
I'm picking myself to win. No, that's not true.
No, pick yourself for that 4th place spot.
I'm not saying for my picks, not my salary picks. I'm saying like a top 4 in the tournament.
Oh, okay.
I will.
That's not what we're doing here, though.
Oh, okay. When it comes to stuff like this,
what are we doing?
Oh, sorry. When it comes to stuff like this, I don't want to have any expectations. Like I want to go and play, let the chips fall where they may. And if I won, that'd be super cool. If I don't win, which is more likely, that's super cool too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So some people learned a lesson last week. I think it was last week. You cannot tank a pick.
Correct.
On purpose. In other words,
men's or women's.
Right. You can't pick someone super low on their rating so that you have.
Unless they're going to do well.
Which is true, but you can't pick someone thinking, "Oh, I'm going to pick someone low rated so that I can pick high ratings in other places because it'll cost you points."
Yep, that's the risk you take when say if you picked me this weekend and I just tanked,
poop the bed.
You will get negative points,
right?
And I hope that doesn't happen to you for your sake and for mine.
So, all right. Well, I mean that's really all. Do we have any more picks to talk about?
I don't think so. We'll talk about where we ended up next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about where we end up next week. Remember, go to skipbase.com, use that DGM code, get your picks in. You'll probably notice how I'm putting Disc Golf Answer Man and this episode out because I want to put this one out on Wednesday so that you can get a little bit of feedback and get yourself some information on putting your picks in because this event starts Thursday round 1. Right. So you were going to say something, Eric?
I was going to say that not one of us mentioned Paul McBeth.
That's a good point.
Yep.
I mean,
is that bad?
I don't think it's bad. I mean, I just think
I'd put him in my top 4.
He's still Paul McBeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd put him in my top 4 there. Because, what was the tournament that James got him at earlier this year? Was that Pittsburgh?
Last year?
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yes.
The Pro Tour? A lot of those holes.
Oh, no, it was Idlewild.
Idlewild, that's what it is. A lot of those holes on that course shape up like the back 9 of this course, and Paul was right there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he could very easily.
I'm just saying, it's smart to go either Ricky or Paul on your 4 picks. You almost have to pick one of them.
Yeah. Although one of the people who played really well, or fantasy disc golf pickers who picked really well
Didn't
at
have
the
either.
Memorial didn't pick either. Yeah,
But he also picked Simon Eagle.
Simon Eagle, Nate.
Nate, which
Yeah.
is your top three.
Yeah,
So.
that's pretty good.
So he didn't have room to pick either of the other two.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, guys, get your picks in. We'll talk about all this next week.